Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and tonight is a special night because tonight is Ladies' Night, and it's also Historic Day. Today we're going to be playing a deck that has been showing up on the ladder quite a fair little bit, and it's honestly quite sweet. I know people have been asking me to build Angel Tribal for a long time, and I've been looking at things like Baneslayer Angel and Lyra, and just not really been working out. This one, on the other hand, thanks to all of the Kaldheim additions, is really viable, I would say. The reason why it's viable is because we get to use cards like Collected Company to cheat out several high-value targets, and we have, I think, a turn 5 win with excessive amounts of life gain. That's usually how we get this one done. It's also, like, life gain's typically kind of a mediocre strategy. It's not the most powerful thing in the world, but with this one, it's been doing pretty damn well. Pretty damn well indeed. So we're doing clerics and angels. We can get into the cleric side of things, I guess. It is a life gain deck, so we've got things like Soul Warden, Speaker of the Heavens, and Bishop of Wings. All of these give us life when things enter the battlefield, except for Speaker, I suppose. Angels entering gives us a 4/4, and when an angel dies, we get a spirit. Soul Warden says when anything enters the battlefield, we gain 1 life. And then Speaker says if we have at least 7 or more start life than our starting life total, we can create a 4/4 at sorcery speed with this individual, which is really nice. It actually synergizes in the same way as Righteous Valkyrie does, which also cares if we have 27 or more life. That's the goal anyway, to gain as much life in a short space of time as possible, hence why we've got all these early game little creatures. We stop at 3, mostly because of Collected Company, which lets us look at the top 6 cards and put 2 creatures with CMC 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. So we can dump some pretty powerful stuff, the Righteous Valkyries being the absolute god tier draw of the deck. We also have Resplendent Angel in here, one of my personal favourite angels, maybe my favourite angel of all time actually. If you gain 5 or more life that turn, then you get to pump out a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. So if you have a Bishop of Wings and a Soul Warden out, which means perfect curve of turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, then you're going to get yourself a 4/4 and a 3/3 for 3 mana and 10 life, because the 4/4 entering at end step will trigger the Bishop and the Soul Warden again. It's absurd. 10 life on turn 3 beats mono red very easily. We do also have a nice little curve smoother as well with the Youthful Valkyrie, a 1/3, which says whenever another angel enters the battlefield, you put a counter on Youthful Valkyrie, which means, you know, we're gaining 3 life off of Righteous Valkyrie, and we're also producing a very large creature as well to swing through and generate lots of power. Honestly, Angels has really struggled with its curve up until now, because before it didn't really have that many 3 drops, and it didn't have that many 2 drops worth playing, but now it does. Righteous Valkyrie, as we've said, will gain us life off of Angels and Clerics, and give us that +2/+2. This carries this deck, I would say. It is just so good. We do have a one-of, fun-of Heliod in here, who will give us +1/+1 counters whenever we gain life. We can put them wherever we want. It's mostly in here because it's pretty nice, and it's one of those things that can stick around on the battlefield after your board's wiped, and help you gain some life as well, to help you get up to that 27 life total, which is pretty sweet. Speaking of one-of, fun-ofs, Ajani Strength of the Pride in here as a one-of. Not really for anything other than the 0. If you have at least 15 life more than your starting life total, then you can exile Ajani and each artifact and creature your opponents control. So those mono colorless decks are going to get absolutely smashed, and also the mirror match as well can be pretty ridiculous with this deck. If you get stuck in the mirror, then it will just be a life gain off where you'll end up on thousands of lives, and whoever drew the most cards ends up losing, unless you've got the Mirror Breaker of Ajani, which means you can do a clean sweep, and at that point it's whoever draws Ajani first wins the game. So that's the reason why we're running a one-of, fun-of Ajani. It's in here for no other matchups. I wouldn't really add him for any other reason, because I don't think the Pridemate tokens are as effective as maybe just another 3-drop. Anyway, speaking of, we've got Skyclave Apparition as our removal of choice. It's going to get rid of anything CMC or mana value 4 or less, and when it leaves the battlefield, whatever card we got rid of, they get a token, which is XX equal to its mana value. I'm getting used to that, by the way, because that's changing in the next set. The rewording converted mana cost. Crazy stuff. Glasspool Mimic is just extra land drops. We are running 23. Today I flooded crazily, which I shouldn't do with 23, but, you know, Glasspool Mimic's in here to make sure that we can hit our land drops consistently, because getting to turn 4 is very useful. So we have 23, a virtual 25 lands with the Glasspool Mimics, and we basically, most of the time, we just need to get up to 3 so we can play our spells, but getting up to 4 is a sweet spot for the Coco. If we do find it, that's pretty cool. Finally, Linvala, Shield of the Seagate, 3 mana 3/3. This is in here for board wipe protection. It also allows us to dodge target removal as well, because we can get her in here. She's an angel, very easy to cast as a 3 mana 3/3, so decently statted. We can sacrifice her, choose hexproof or indestructible, and all of our creatures gain that ability. Again, it's another one of those mirror breakers as well. So if our opponent's got an equal board, we can sack Linvala, give ours indestructible, and then force them to block. And then potentially lose off of equal trades, which is lovely. But yeah, that's essentially the deck. If you do enjoy the content, I'd really, really appreciate it if you do hit that like button and subscribe as well for more content like this in the future. Without further ado, let's get to it. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, opponent goes first. We've got 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Love to see it. I wish one of these was a Righteous Valkyrie, but it's still okay. It still works for me. We even don't have to shock ourselves as well, which is lovely. Don't know whether we'll do it for... No, we probably put this on white. We only have 1 green card in our deck anyway, and we're not likely to be double casting it, so... We want to be making our white land drops most of all, because that is the primary colour of our deck, with a blue and green splash. So as long as we're just splashing that blue and green, it shouldn't really matter too much. So let's see what our opponent is playing. Swamp and Dread Wanderer. Okay, well we got our blue source, which is kind of nice. Might have to shock it in, but that's okay. Not going to plan on blocking this Dread Wanderer. Feels like a mistake when I'm going to be putting a 1/4 down to block it next turn anyway. Interesting little deck from our opponent. It's going to be a sack deck most likely, so getting a little bit of defense would be nice. Again, I'm not planning on blocking with Soul Warden, so let's just go Bishop of Wings instead, gain 1 life. And then we might have stopped a little bit of the aggression here. They might just be like mono black aggro, and like their top ends, like Regisaur, Rotting Regisaur and Prankle, things like that. Either way, not even going to hesitate to block here. If that's their entire turn, we're really happy with it. So we even gain life on its way back down as well. Alright, from here, I think it's correct to go for Linvala, because it can give me Indestructible and Hexproof, which make for very good blockers. I'm also losing 2, gaining 4, so we're netting a little bit. Oh, gaining 5, actually. Netting a little bit there. You can block. It's this one that can't, right? Oh, they can all block, actually, as it turns out. Would you look at that? So if I get to keep these 2, I just win, because Resplendent Angel's going to trigger. If I gain 5 or more life this turn, then I make a 4/4. I am gaining 5 right now. Opponent is dead, they can scoop whenever they feel like it. We'll go tapped Temple Garden, and then we'll get him for 3 here. End the turn, get our 4/4. Which gains us 5 life. And there is no way our opponent's winning. Not a chance. We're even protected from Extinction Event, if that's a weird thing that our opponent would be running. I guess they could have Shadow's Verdict, but it's definitely not a card in their deck. It's such a nombo that I don't even know where to begin. That's just an attack before the scoop, I think. Fatal Push Resplendent Angel. Sure. Honestly, don't care. Get a spirit, gain a life. That makes sense. Why they did that. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked for that reason. Because I would be able to shock myself and then turn it into a 5/5 life linker, but... We're talking about a 1 game here. Yeah. And how we could win more. Winning more is... It's a pleasant experience, but it's never required. And it usually should just be avoided. Just win. And then, you know, if winning more is a consequence of just winning, so be it. But yeah, cool. Next game. Alrighty then, we're on the draw with 3-drop Tribal and a Coco. I feel like this is a mold. The mana base is really nice though, and the Skyclave Apparition does slow down our opponent, but the first 2 turns are kind of crucial. Skyclave Apparition might not be the tempo swing we need on turn 3 after our opponent's first 2 turns. It could be good if they don't play anything on turn 1, and they just play something mediocre on turn 2, but they're also on the play as well, so... Much better. Okay. We don't have the green for Collected Company, but we can get to it. I think we just go down Resplendent Angel here. I'm gonna use these 2 to carry me to a Collected Company and hope that we draw a green source as well to make that happen. Opponent's on Gruul, by the looks of things, so let's get down that Soul Warden as early as possible. Skyclave Apparition should have some targets here that are useful. Want to keep the board relatively clean from Ember Cleaving. Oh, it's actually elves. Interesting. Well, it's going to be a weird one. Because Elvish Archdruid is extremely powerful, and I don't have a board state. And the Archdruid certainly helps them build one. Bishop of Wings. Alright, we're going to go straight in with green source, Apparition on Archdruid here. Get rid of a Lord and some mana, and also put up a blocker as well. I will... Yeah, I'll swing in for 1. The only reason Clan Caller will be swinging in next turn is if they have a Lord effect, and I'm not blocking, I don't think. Actually, no, I'd block with Apparition, if that was all it was. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. Alright, so from here, we got our blue, we got our green. Let's just play our white, and then we'll pass a turn. We'll try to Coco trick our opponent into swinging into us, maybe. Otherwise, just a nice end step card is just fine anyway. You know, a bit of life. Look at this very powerful board. Nope. No combat tricks for us. Ooh, Bishop of Wings and Righteous Valkyrie, though. Very nice. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Now that's what I call Lord effects. Alright, so let's get in with... Let's see, they could block... Triple block the 2/2s for quite some value. I think I'd be happy trading an Apparition. They get a 3/3 off of it, that's fine. This only takes out 1 creature. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. It's kind of what I expected to see. Could see some chump blocking in our future. If our opponent does go for the Shepherd activation, turning them into 5/5s. We just need to keep above 27, essentially. Which looks very doable with a Youthful Valkyrie coming in. Gaining us an absurd amount of life. 8 off the Bishop, 1 off the Soul Warden, and then 5 off the Valkyrie. This deck is just absurd when it is left to be doing its thing. Like, I don't even know if our opponent can do anything from this point. I'm just going to do the same attack as last time. Ooh, they have a Coco of their own. I suppose I'm making a mistake by attacking in with Skyclave Apparition anyway, because the Shepherd can make them 5/5s. They don't seem to have noticed, though. So I'm going to go up to 53. I just need to get my pressure on, really. That's the big thing here. I can't let them live too long. So I'll put them to 3. I'll chump with essentially my entire board if I have to. Yeah, Crater Hoof is spooky. Alright, I have to. So block, 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 block. Are we dead? I don't know. If we're not dead, we win. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna Coco. Mimic, Mimic. You're a Valkyrie, you're a Valkyrie. Jeez. Every last point mattered. Huh. So, I mean, was it a mistake to swing in with the apparition there? Absolutely. It did mean that I could present lethal, though, I guess. I don't know. Wow. Just wow. Next game. Opponent is on the play. We've got turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 with some nice lovely synergy along the way and perfect mana as well. Don't really want to be drawing more lands. That would be honestly the worst thing that could happen to us at this point. Since we curve out at 4 anyway, most of the time we're just going to be playing 1 spell a turn. So we're going to take this one, we're going to turn this one into a white source, I think, and opponent's on goblins. I don't know how we fare against goblins, but Soul Wardens do certainly help us along the way. Gonna need some Skyclave apparitions, I guess. Maybe get to a high enough life total to a Ajani Zero. Unlikely to happen. Well, opponents looks like they're on turn 3 Muxus, so that's kind of a screw me anyway kind of play, right? Never stood a chance. Certainly feels like that might be the case. So let's go Bishop. Our hand is otherwise not too bad, because we can gain 5 life next turn off this Resplendent Angel. So maybe if Muxus comes down and they whiff, we might be in this game. Just remember, guys, when Muxus comes down and wins the game right now, that Tybalt's Trickery is not a fine deck. Just a casual reminder. Tybalt's Trickery is a problem. Ooh, we survived. Okay. Sure. If they want a Gem Palm to kill off of that, then I don't even know if they could. They probably couldn't. Let's do... I want to keep this on blue. Let's just put it on blue now, I suppose. Resplendent Angel. This will be a gain 5 life here. Thank you. And get in for 1, because we're going to have a 4-4 back to block and a 3-3. We're up at 28, which is nice. Another 5 life. If we can combo with Resplendent Angel, that would be wonderful. Is this each end step? Yeah, so... Is there a way we can gain 5 life? Maybe if our opponent goes off and we don't die? I suppose that would be one way to do it, right? There's Krenko. Alright, at least for now, every single token Krenko makes is going to gain us life. So if they do tap here, that's going to be 4 life for the turn, I think, so... Not necessarily all that good. I'm going to go with Resplendent Angel. Game 5 again. I think we can afford to pay 2 to have a blocker. Because we're going to pay 2, gain 1 off the speaker anyway. It just means we got like another big blocker for what might potentially just be loads of 3-3s, 6-6s, 9-9s, whatever they end up being. Opponent's basically got infinite mana with Krenko now anyway. all the life, thank you very much, and we have, I think, enough life total to survive whatever our opponent can hit us with off of Muxus. They usually don't hit you for too much, right? That doesn't usually happen. Land Muxus, let's see you go. No Muxus? They could do Krenko activation, gain 6. We gain 6, which triggers 2 Resplendent Angels, definitely guaranteeing that we would win off the top. Whirly Boy gets rid of Soul Warden first. Very clever. They have to kill us now, otherwise we kill them. So 7 1/1s, we're not gaining life off of those. These alone are lethal here, so we've got 2 blockers to work with without being in trouble. They do have a Muxus. Alright, how many Lords do they get? Spin thine wheel. They actually whiffed. Glorious day. Praise be the magic gods who are very forgiving in my time of need. Or do they have another Muxus? And therefore I shun the magic gods. As a matron for a Muxus. 2 cost reductions, so he costs 4 right now, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 if they want to. I don't know, they might just go for the tokens. Another Krenko, eh? So Chain Whirler was my demise here. If a demise it is at all. It's not enough, right? What's the last card? Chieftain! Yay! I don't know if that's maybe enough. That's possibly, quite possibly enough. Alright, so block 25 damage, because Muxus wasn't powerful enough. Chieftain down. Matron down. Prospector down. And then I imagine I've got a block, like Whirly Boy here. We gain spirits off of every angel dying as well, which is kind of nice. Hopefully I haven't missed lethal, but... They're at 18. I'm going to Coco them because I don't like goblins. You and you. Good game. You will become this. Alright. Very close. Our opponent had the nuts. It just wasn't nutty enough. And I guess we kinda had the nuts as well. Not gonna lie, our curve is pretty standard for this Angels list. We want to be going 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, and we certainly did that, but we never saw any Righteous Valkyries, which are really like the card. But in this particular case, Resplendent Angel, MVP. I absolutely love this card. I'm sure many of you already know this. I like comboing this with 4 mana Sorin from War of the Spark. You can -3, get Resplendent Angel. Sorin's passive gives you a lifelink, so you can swing in, gain that 5 back, and maybe make some angels off of it. It's a very, very lovely minus, and yeah, brings me much joy. I do love angels, so it's glad that they're finally playable again. But yeah, next game. Okay, opponents on the play again. Always on the play. We've got turn 1 Soul Warden. Other than that, this hand's a little bit weird, but we're going to keep it. We got lots of good top decks. Soul Scar Mage. So it's mono red burn. And I am unfortunately going to have to pay 2 to play a Soul Warden to probably have it die, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. That 2 damage is probably coming from a shock anyway. No doubt in my mind. Not block him. Trying to save themselves some burn damage, maybe. I'm going to go for a Young Peasy. It's a very bad combo with Soul Warden. Let's play another Soul Warden. Shockland go. See where we go from here. An unorthodox build of burn for sure. Maybe it's not even burn. Maybe it's like an is it spells list. So I'm not blocking because our opponent, by playing spells, is going to undo all the damage that they've just dealt anyway. They're going to play a land and they're going to lightning strike maybe, and nothing will come of it because I'll just gain life here. I'm going to go blue. We're going to go with Glasspool Mimic. So the way this is going to work, they can only respond to the Soul Wardens now, and I'll just pick the one that's not dead here. Otherwise, I gain 2 life from it entering. That lightning strike that they have to cast will generate a Peasy token, and I'll gain 3 life off that. Solid stuff. Totally fine with that. They got rid of the Glasspool Mimic version as well. Not sure if that's correct or not. It's probably correct. I don't think it matters either way. Best draw for us is now officially Collected Company. We're against Mono Red. We're at 23 life. You love to see it. A Castle Embereth would be pretty brutal though, I guess, at this point. I just need some blockers. Soul Wardens ain't it though, because they're gaining me more life. We're at 27, which is a life total goal that we want to be at. We're about to go down from it though, but still, 1 point below our starting life total is a wonderful sight. So I'm going to go with the Resplendent Angel on the off chance that they actually manage to do enough here to gain me 5 life. That's 2 of the 5 I need here. Let's just play this on white. Swing because we don't plan on blocking. No spells for them, okay. I think I will block with Resplendent Angel. It's time that this board state got a little bit lower than it is. Block Bomat Courier. Either use it or lose it. Gonna go with lose it. So let's see how far they want to go here. Use a burn spell on Resplendent Angel, I gain 2. And just play another Resplendent Angel. Yup. A Linvala. Of all the things that I could block with, that's definitely up there, but again, as we mentioned, I want to try and make it so that if they do gain 5 life on my turn, then I get my stuff. Doesn't really matter what this is on, but we've got plenty of green, so I guess I'll put it on blue. And can't attack in because of the elemental. Still at 18. Wizard's Lightning, we gain 2. And the blocks. Heliod. You're a good one. Yep, those are going to make my Soul Wardens quite large. I suppose, on the off chance I'm not dead, though. I haven't exactly drawn what I needed. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 10, 11 off the Ramunap Ruins I have to block. So if I block like this, I give Soul Warden Hex, lifelink. Do I survive off of that? It's hard to say, but I think I lose if I block with both. So we'll go with a take what I can get kind of situation here, I think. So we're at 5. Got a Hazoret. Another counter here. Collected Company, lovely. Do we want to cast that now? I don't think so. They could burn me in response to it, though, if I untapped and they had 2 burn spells. They've got a discard here as well. I think it's a YOLO situation. I think we're going to try and get them in combat here. Maybe even accompanying response to a 3 damage burn spell could also work. Collateral damage. Sack a thing to try and kill Soul Warden. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Go to 5. So they're going to lose an elemental for basically nothing. And then I Coco to try and gain a lot of life. And maybe put Heliod into combat. Linvala Resplendent Angel. I like that, actually, I think. Yeah, it's the same amount of... yeah. Same amount of devotion, no matter which combination I pick, as long as Resplendent Angel's among them. We gain a little bit of life here, and then Heliod sticks counters all over the place, and there's no real good blockers from there on. They've basically just been blown out. I think I would put all my counters, because collateral damage is going to do -3, -3 counters on Soul Warden. I'd probably just put them all on Soul Warden, just to bring that back up and allow me to potentially block a token or something like that. But yeah, really good spot to be in. Get red mana red. Alrighty then. Opponent goes first. We have the mana to do Bishop of Wings on 2, and we also have the Coco mana there as well. When are we going to be on the play? Feels like almost 17 years since we were last on the play, and we keep going against Mono Red when it happens as well. Sounds good, though. It's going to beat Mono Red. In theory. Is it going to beat Gruul? That's a tough one to answer. Carry Zev. Maybe it is still Mono Red. Just Burning Tree is a free card. Why they unbanned that, I will never know. Alright, I think for the sake of endurance in the long game, I'm not blocking here. Because I open up Shocks as an opportunity for our opponent to do nasty things. Is this actually... That was an Embercleave moment as well, wasn't it? I think. I don't know how this one works. Tapped and attacking. I think it only cares about attacking creatures, so... I believe I'm right on that. We are going to go blue since we've drawn the Temple Garden. I'm going to Skyclave Apparition the crap out of Anax here. Now I wonder whether or not I should go for a Bishop block. Since I'm going to untap and Collected Company twice over. Seems like that's a hard to beat thing with Bishop of Wings out though. Alright, if they have a pump spell, so be it. Rimrock Knight, maybe? They have the Embercleave, sure. I think we can beat this. We're at 8. Going to 6, unless we draw an untapped land here. Nope. Going to 6. Let's see if we can get some combat damage tricks in. Opponent does have Embereth activations, which they can do. I'm just going to have to hope that the cards that I grab are something like Righteous Valkyrie that can realistically gain me enough life to live. So before Karizev does its trigger, I'm going to go with Collected Company in case Soul Warden's our option. It's going to be Righteous Valkyrie. So this would trigger for 3. Yeah, I think we want to go Resplendent Angel. Lot of life. That allows us to absorb the 8 damage on Embercleave. Which means we can put... Let's see. Block you there, block you there. Actually, no, we're not going to block with the Righteous Valkyrie because I think it's just going to carry us here. Bishop of Wings, though. You can get in front. I think our opponent has lost. I think their I got you Embercleave combat trick and win thing was very cute. Okay, we're trading. But I think my Righteous Valkyrie is cuter. So let's gain 4, 8. And let's gain a little bit more. That's another 2. We're at 16. When do we decide to attack? I think we'll hold back now because I think this collected company will be backbreaking. So let's just play around something I'm not thinking of and just go for another turn. I don't even know if they'll attack, to be honest. 8 damage, I think I'd take that. Be 10 with Embereth activations. There's still a lot of damage left to go from there. Right, so they could have another stomp. Let's just gain the life there. Let's chump here. That works for me. I'm not losing anything to a stomp with this play. And I'm just, you know, getting things out of the way, gaining a little bit of life off the speaker as well. That should be all that she wrote as well, because I think I could probably get to 27 with a Coco. This deck gains a lot of life. Maybe not, actually. Being at 8, maybe not. But still, it's going to be brutal. Ooh, we could do Heliod. Comes down and gains 10 life. Oh no, it's Cleric. Never mind. Does not gain 10 life. No, I think we just go for another Coco. Another surprise Coco seems okay. I mean, we could do Soul Warden. Gains 2. Valkyrie gains 6. 10. So that's 12 life. I think Coco's better. Coco could get us Glasspool Mimics, which are more Righteous Valkyries. Let's do it now. Glasspool Mimics, Soul Warden. Look at all that life. Well, and I said maybe not on the 27. I wasn't expecting 24. So they get minus on a Righteous Valkyrie. We gain a Spirit, which gains me a life. Up to 25. I'll do a little bit of chump blocking if I need to. I'm not blocking with a Valkyrie. I will chump with you, though. Take 8. Alright, this is Soul Warden Heliod, or is it Heliod Soul Warden? Or is it now? Actually, no, it's officially pay 2 Heliod. Counter on... Let's make sure these Valkyries never die. And then play a Youthful Valkyrie. That's too many triggers and our opponent loses. Alright, strange build of Mono Red. Certainly managed to punish it. As you love to do with Mono Red. Screw this deck. No, it can exist. I just won't like it while it's here. But, you know, as decks go, if I really hate a deck, I would trade Mono Red a million times for something like Mono Blue Tempo, for something like Goblins. Mono Red, by comparison, is pretty friendly. And it's always going to exist, so you better get used to it. So, yeah. Anyway, next game. Alrighty, on the play for a change. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's welcome. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. We're going to go turn 1 Speaker off Temple Garden here. Hope for another white source off the top, though, because this doesn't allow me to play Bishop of Wings next turn. It is an otherwise pretty good hand, though, if we do draw our lands. Going with the Llanowar Elves. I'm happy to trade off a Llanowar Elf here. I doubt they are. Wow, really? Deal. Alright. Blue source means Linvala is playable. I'd much sooner go Valkyrie, though. So, come on, bad coin flip. Give me that land. Allosaurus Shepherd. It's elves and you traded with me? I'm very confused. Alright. Well, Righteous Valkyrie, go. Another land drop, honestly, is fine. The odds of that getting slimmer as we go, but still. Do we do Bishop or do we do Linvala? I think we do Bishop, because Bishop's still worth 4 life total here, and Linvala's only worth 3. But we could be in a race situation where the flyers might be entirely necessary. Ooh, we did it. We did it, chap. Alright, I'm getting in for 2. Sole reason is to potentially get them with a collected company flashed in. If they get greedy, they want their damage in. Could maybe do something with that. Gotta remember though that Allosaurus Shepherd can make everything 5/5. Space power and toughness 5/5. So the blocks we go for might not necessarily be all that great. Another Shepherd. I mean, maybe they've just got like Crater Hoof here and we're just dead anyway. This deck's been showing up quite a fair bit. It's also a Coco deck as well, I would imagine. Coco with like 1 or 2 Crater Hoofs. To potentially just tech out and win with. Or they could just be going simply for the Allosaurus Shepherds. 6 mana activation here. Alright. We can potentially block those, weirdly enough. If we get the right cards. And Valkyrie, Mimic feel like the right cards. Yep. Absolutely the right cards. Oh, wonderful. They're all giving each other +2/+2. That's sharing is caring, chat. So you're dead, as it turns out. Good turn 5 win. This card is wonderful. Absolutely love this card with a burning passion. I think that game highlights exactly why. Okie dokie, on the draw. As usual. This hand's sketchy, but also has very good late game potential. I think we keep this. We're happy with the land off the top. We're happy with another Soul Warden or Speaker. Any of our 2-drops are mostly fine. I guess Bishop's a bit weird. We're going to keep this, though. On the strength of collected company here. And what seems to be mostly a reasonable curve. So, opponent mulled down to 6, plays a Forgotten Cave. Tapped. I have absolutely no idea what that's supposed to mean. But we're going to shock in for a Speaker and then see if we can get a couple of hits in here. Really want a white source off the top. Maybe it's like Big Red. Ooh, baby, we got the white source. Does cost us 2 life, but maybe we can regain 1 here by attacking. I am absolutely shocking in for a Bishop, though, because it curves wonderfully into a Righteous Valkyrie. And would just immediately undo all the damage we've taken. So there's the Bishop. Stands to reason any red deck here can't deal with Bishop without brutally being put behind. I don't know if you know how that works, but maybe they do. So the goblins? What a weird goblins list. Alright, well, Righteous Valkyrie, let's gain some life. Swing for 2. And we are set up to Coco next turn, which should enable the Righteous Valkyrie to Lord effect. And that should do it. Whirly Boy takes care of a 1 speakery boy. Let's swing. See if our opponent wants to block. We can Coco and then almost guarantee that we Lord this up. Let's go Linvala in case they have board wipes, and Resplendent Angel because we're gaining enough life to trigger that. And our opponent loses. That's all she wrote. Oh, yep, gain, what was that, 10 life? Yeah, up to 45. Good luck. We have board wipe protection. Opponent couldn't even anger us if they wanted to. If they had Storm's Wrath, it wouldn't be enough. I think the only thing they could get is, like, Hour of Devastation on 5, and that only gets rid of these, and then they die to the rest, so... yeah, solid stuff. Easy game, easy living. On the draw. Sounds fine. I'm going to keep this one. So we got Soul Warden into Bishop, into maybe like Valkyrie, or even Resplendent Angel. An Angel on 3 does mean that we actually get to trigger it, so you might want to go ahead and do that. It's a lot of life either way, so yeah, we're all for it. Who's on his sleeves? Vraska. Vraska sleeves, eh? Vraska anime sleeves. Probably high removal, if you had to guess. You don't really put that on a smoky kind of deck. You would think, unless it's the default. Because I have my Goblin sleeves. I always put my Goblin sleeves on everything. Alright. That's a top deck, I guess. We do want to hit our 3rd land drop. So planes go. Are you the claim village rights type? You probably are, right? The greatest combo that nobody ever wanted. It's probably the one thing that tilts me the most in this game is village rights and claim the firstborn in combination. It feels like it dictates historic as well. It's proper format warping levels of combo. It means if you've got like an engine piece of a creature and it's less than a 4-drop, it's just dead. It can't be a legitimate combo otherwise. Alright. Woe Strider comes in, brings me up to 20. We will go with Pathway Bishop here. That was the initial plan, and doesn't cost me 2 life to do. We might draw a land off the top anyway that we don't have to pay life for. This hand's otherwise quite nice. It can just be stripped clean though so quickly. Opponent's probably on a Thoughtseize deck at that as well. Yeah, even claiming a bishop here kind of stops my entire combo in its tracks. Makes this hand not as exciting all of a sudden. Because I don't gain 5 life when any of these 3 drops enter. We'll see if that happens. Wait 10 minutes for it to happen. Come on, Helda. Alright. Mayhem Devil. Perhaps we see a sack in order to kill the Soul Warden. This is bait. If we block, then they sack to kill Bishop of Wings instead. We don't want that. Alright. So they do have to do some sacking here. They have to kill the Soul Warden. If they don't, then I gain a 4/4. Okay. 4/4 gained. Next turn, I think we'll do just exactly the same thing, unless we draw a green source, I suppose. In which case, Collected Company looks tastier. Could even be actually Righteous Valkyrie, now that I think about it, because Righteous Valkyrie means We get +2/+2 on everything on board right now, and we still get the Soul Warden Bishop of Wings trigger. Everything being slightly higher on the power and toughness scale as well means Mayhem Devil's less likely to machine gun down a retire board. Though, Claim undoes that immediately because they just steal Valkyrie and then laugh. So I suppose a Linvala can help us hold this board state. Just a wee bit. Midnight Reaper. Okay, gain 1. Can sack with Phyrexian Tower to generate 2 mana here. Also would kill my Soul Warden in the process, which is something that should have already happened. So maybe they can get down Priest of Forgotten Gods. Is that a second Scry? Okay. Okay. Yeah, green sauce is the nut draw for us. We need it. I just need a break from bad draws. Not today, says Magic Arena. Not today. Alright, Valkyrie. Dodge claim the firstborn, please. A very heavy hit here, which we'd love to see. I'm going to keep Blastpool Mimic in hand, honestly, because it's not going to help me cast Collected Company anyway. Put our opponent to 8. Pass the turn. I guess it could, in theory, help me cast Valkyrie into Resplendent Angel. That would be the argument for playing it. I don't know, though. Kind of just like holding it for now. Well, it's got the Coco. 2 kitty cats. That will not do it for you. We go down to 30. We needed to be 27 to lose our thing. Have you got Claim the Firstborn as well? Of course you do. Of course you do. So that's dead. They draw, they ping. They're going to try and kill Resplendent Angel with Woestrider sacks, looks like. Drawing along the way, we're going to hit them for 4. I need Coco. I just need Coco. This is otherwise quite fine for me. My Mimic is a 4/4. Alright, now we get an Angel as well, which is quite nice. It's a blocker if we needed it, but we don't. Gonna be putting our opponent to 2, so Midnight Reaper is threatening to kill them now because of Mayhem Devils and all sorts of stuff like that being their main way of playing the game. They need to actually get Cauldron Familiar online. Alright, so slightly punished, as it turns out. Are we making a 4/4 or are we going for Angel? This might be now a time for Mimic plus Resplendent Angel. It's not as if I'm adding anything else to the board. I'm not gaining enough for Angel to trigger. And then next turn I could do Valkyrie, Valkyrie, if that's the worst case scenario. I think with them being on such low life though, and us getting in for 5 here, Midnight Reaper's not a thing that they want. Guess they could Phyrexian Tower it away and go to 1. But then this board needs to be answered. Okay, going to 2. Can you win from 2? 1 to the top. Probably. That seems like a probably. This should cover it, though. Gotta imagine, unless they Thoughtseize me before I draw my green sauce, that can't ever not win me the game. Let's be realistic here. Look at this board state. It couldn't possibly go away from me. I can't lose from here, surely. Mayhem Devil's a good start towards losing. And then a creature. They're in a weird spot because they don't have black mana. Outside of Phyrexian Tower. Yeah, that's a Witch's Oven. I'd say that's their best draw. Satwar Strider. It's probably enough to kill my entire board state, I think. We do get 2 Angels, though, from this 4/4 and 3/3 dying. So they have to deal with those as well. I'm not going to do the math. I hate doing the math on these Jund decks, so... We're just going to see. Are we dead? Sack the food. Another 2 triggers. We get a spirit out of it. Cat enters, takes them to 3. They sack it to Phyrexian Tower, have 2 mana open. Another 2 triggers. If they could kill Resplendent Angel, then they'd win. Probably. Yeah, because I wouldn't draw good cards. So let's go Valkyrie, Valkyrie. Just getting my money's worth here. It's been 17 years since I last won a game, so I want to make the most of it. Just really milk it for all it's worth, right? Give me some of that. Some of that tasty value. I'm thinking that our opponent maybe has a fatal push here, so I'm still playing to the fact that I might not have won. Alright. 2 mana. Can point 2 damage elsewhere. 1 at a spirit. 1 at me. Do you have the fatal push? Nope. Fantastic. Cool. Yeah, I went on a very long losing streak, and I'd like to say it's poor play, but it really hasn't been. I've just been drawing non-stop lands until I completely deranked down to the bottom of Platinum Tier 4. So I'm not going to include that footage, because honestly, that's just RNGesus, and it's embarrassing to play, as well as to showcase on this channel. So I like to avoid showing you guys Mana Floods. It's a 23 land deck, so it shouldn't be happening. Yeah, it did like 7 times in a row, so, you know, bit unfortunate. But that's going to do it for today's video anyway. This deck's pretty sweet. It does a lot of good stuff, and I'd say it's pretty decent. Piloted under somebody luckier than I am. So yeah, check it out if you haven't yet done so. I mean, it's very rare heavy and mythic heavy, so it's not exactly budget. But if you do have the cards, play it. I recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I love Angels. But yeah, take care, guys. Have a good night.